I'm honored to introduce the permanent chief of the Oakland Police Department, Sean Whent. And his family, and I thought it would be appropriate to let him introduce his family because they're probably the people who are going to be most affected by this announcement.
All right, good afternoon. My wife Julie, daughter Angelique, daughter Cameron, and daughter Allison.
So, welcome everybody. Today I'm proud to announce that we are, after a national search, after really a lot of thinking and a lot of hard work on behalf of not only the chief but of the search firm and our candidates, that we are naming Sean Whent as the permanent chief of the Oakland Police Department. In the last year, we've made significant progress as a city, and that the department has made significant progress in reducing crime and completing the federal mandates. What we have in Sean Whent is somebody who's no nonsense, who is also very humble, but who has led the police department's reorganization, which is no small feat. We've tried to do this before, but I've never seen us quite integrate a strategy as completely as we have today in today's reorganization. In addition to that, you can see by the people who are standing on both sides, he's actually built a very strong leadership team that works together. And that's not something I always have seen also as a leader in the city. Lastly, last weekend we had a community town hall meeting in Police Area 3. And all of my staff and all of us are saying, you know, that is the friendliest meeting we've had in a long time. That you can see, you can see and feel the difference of the relationship between the community and its police department. It doesn't mean that we don't have much more work to do, but I believe that Sean Whent is the person to lead this next phase. We, this morning, talked to the federal police monitor, and he has agreed that we've made the most progress and the fastest progress in the last few years, but particularly in the last few months, and that we're really down to a handful of items. I'm going to lead the stats to the chief, but the crime rates that came down last year are continuing to come down. Last year we had a record drop in homicides, and now we're 18% below that. And that's a really good trend for the city. We've also developed in our choosing of our cadets in our police academies not only the largest academy to graduate, but the most diverse. And I trust that the Chief Whent will continue to make sure that happens, and you will see that in his naming of his command staff next week. Lastly, he's been an innovator. He's been helping us to make sure that the ceasefire programs and the next door programs and many of the other changes that we're making in the police department really speak to the whole community. It uses technology to speak on a broader level to more people. In a couple of weeks, on June 1st, we're going to have our first Spanish-speaking only town hall meeting on police at St. Anthony's. These are all trends of the future. And so with that, I want to say that on behalf of the City of Oakland and on behalf of my colleagues, I do want to recognize some of my colleagues are here. So we have Deputy Mayor Swanson. I think I saw Councilmember Kalb. Did I miss some other council members? City Attorney Barbara Parker. On behalf of the Ho City family, we're really very, very happy and we're very honored to welcome Sean Whent as a permanent member of the senior staff and as the police chief of Oakland. Thank you.
last 12 months, I've had the honor of serving as the Interim Police Chief for the City of Oakland, and I stand here today ready to take on the challenge of being the permanent police chief. This past year has been a time of significant change and significant progress. Oakland is a safer city today than it was a year ago. We are a more progressive, collaborative, innovative police department than we were a year ago. We are encouragingly close to reaching compliance with the remaining tasks in the negotiated settlement agreement after more than a decade of effort. And all of this progress has been possible due to the hard work of many people in the Oakland Police Department and due to our community partners, some of which are actually here today. I have a strong team, and I am very thankful to my command staff for their long hours and dedication. I owe a great deal of thanks to the hardworking men and women of the Oakland Police Department. Their intense commitment to their profession and their job is what inspires me to come here every day and makes it that much more enjoyable. To the mayor and city administration, thank you for your dedication to the city and for giving me this opportunity to continue to build upon the progress that we've made over the last year. Of course, I also want to thank my family, my wife and 3 daughters, whose support over my career has been incredible, and I'm ever so thankful for that, and I love you all. Oakland is a complex and colorful city full of possibilities, and the Oakland Police Department must play a key role in the success of the city. I am deeply invested in the effort to improve the quality of life for the citizens of Oakland, and I will continue working diligently towards that goal. The Oakland community deserves to live free of the threat of crime. I will continue to implement progressive police strategies that seek to reduce crime and the fear of crime, to increase community responsiveness and partnerships, and to institutionalize accountability and organizational excellence. I am encouraged by the recent crime reductions, as the mayor mentioned, but I recognize that we have very much work still to do. But I am confident that in partnership, we can move this city forward. Thank you.
So I don't know what else can be said after the mayor and the chief, but I do have a couple of things I wanted to say. First, and there's a lot of city family in here, so you guys all know that this job, the chief of police in the city of Oakland, is probably one of the most important jobs in this city. One of the things that I learned in going through the search process, however, is that the chief of police for the city of Oakland is considered one of the most challenging police chief jobs in this country. In order to be effective in this job, someone has to be committed to constitutional policing. They have to be committed to public safety. They have to be strategic. They have to put together a good team, and they have to have integrity. And the chief rose to the top of a very competitive pool because he possesses all of those qualities. We are very excited about the appointment. I am really looking forward to working with him. And I want to, before even going there, though, just thank him for his last year of service as the interim chief, for coming into a very complex and tricky situation, taking the reins, and being effective. And so I just want to say thank you. I want to say congratulations. And our next step is we're negotiating with the chief right now on all the terms of his salary, and we expect to bring that to closure and come to the council for a 4-year contract term to present that and hopefully get their approval. So thanks again.
So we're going to do a brief swearing in, and then we're going to take questions. So, Latanda, and can we have the family back up? So you repeat after me. I solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
I solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of California, and the Charter of the City of Oakland,
the Constitution of the State of California, and the Charter of the City of Oakland,
and I will truly and to the best of my ability perform the duties of Police Chief of Oakland, California.
and I will truly and to the best of my abilities perform the duties of Police Chief of Oakland, California.
Congratulations.
And Madam Mayor, if we could have also your signature. And on the second as well. Congratulations.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, Sean, you want to come up and do the questions? Okay. So, be nice.
Hello, everybody. We'll take your questions one at a time. Please say your name and the agency that you're here for. Hands. We answered it all already?
Questions?
All right. Thank you for being here. Oh, Laura.
Chief, what can you say to the rank and file officers who maybe aren't 100% excited yet about you being a new chief? What would you say to them in terms of how you are going to support them?
Well, I don't think that 100% of any organization is going to be happy with anything, but I will say that I've worked here for the last 20 years. I've worked alongside the hardworking Oakland police officers my entire career. I absolutely support them, and I absolutely look forward to working with all of them. So I think it's going to be a good future for all of us.
Chief, we've been here numerous times with your predecessors coming and going and complaining about City of Oakland's fairness. Can you describe your relations with members of the council and other officials?
No, actually, I think that over the last year, I've been able to develop good working relationships with members of the council, with the city administration staff, with the mayor's staff. So, you know, regardless of what may have happened in history, the last year, I think, has gone very well.
Is that it?
All right.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.